our kids, or the whole next generation about the bay?
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Well, you have the better words for it, but...
You go first and then I'll talk.
Well, the most important thing is conservation and sustainability. I want it to be around for my kids, their kids, and 7 generations down the line, to use the Native American ideal. It's an important resource. It's good for recreation, food, just entertainment, but...
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I grew up fishing with my dad, and some of my earliest memories are just being out on the water with him and fishing. And I think my father is proud of me for a lot of things. You know, I graduated college, we're getting married in 2 weeks. But I still think if he were here right now and you asked him what are you most proud of your daughter for, he would tell you that when I was 7, I brought in a 31-inch rockfish all by myself. And I know, it was really cool. And I want my kids to have that. I want our kids to have that. You know, I want them to be able to go fishing with my dad and learn how to catch a fish and know that, you know, when they eat that fish, it's going to taste better to them than any other fish in the world. And you know, I want them to have those memories because they were really great.
All right. For our next question, we all have a big role to play in the restoration of the bay, but what sort of things would you suggest to other people to do to restore the bay?
Well, there's different scales, but some people have property and lawns, and to those people I would suggest to take careful practice in the way that you care for your lawn. That's the biggest thing, is fertilizers and pesticides on a home level, especially in the rain season. It rinses off into the water, and that can cause a big problem. And on a level for people like myself that live in an apartment that don't have a lawn to care for, then minor things. Volunteering for events such as this one. You know, something as little as getting the recycling bins from the local recycling center and recycling your plastic and cardboard.
And we use a lot of environmentally safe cleaners in our house too. Nothing with phosphates and just stuff like that. I mean, it's funny, like when you're washing dishes in the sink, you don't think that that's going to end up in the bay, but that's exactly where it goes. You know, the bay starts right there. And if we can make just the decisions to buy a cleaner that isn't based in, you know, a harmful chemical, then that's going to be better for our fish and our wildlife.
All right, for our third question, Chesapeake Bay watershed provides important habitats for over 3,000 species of plants and animals. How do you think that all of these organisms depend upon clean water?
You go first.
Well, I mean, I think that we're really lucky here in this area because we get to see so much wildlife. You know, just on my way to work in the morning, I can see bald eagles and osprey, you know, bringing fish back for their babies. And that's not something that happens really anywhere else. I grew up in Philadelphia, and I don't think I saw a single eagle until I moved down here. And it's something that I don't ever take it for granted. And they need the clean water. Without it, then, you know, they're not going to survive.
I think a really good example of why clean water is important is look at one of your local streams. If you say to yourself, I don't want to swim in that, then why do you want something to live in it? There is a river by the house that I grew up in, and when I was little, we could swim in it. It was, you know, you could get in, you could play around, your feet were in the mud, and the mud was between your toes, and now I would not get in that water. I wish the water were cleaner.
We're going to mad sign because this will be the last one because their music's going to cut into this. No, do bad sign. This mad sign.
All right.
Don't roll your eyes at me now, ever. Ever.
The most interesting question we have here is, if you were a mad scientist or a really crazy inventor, what would you create to help restore the bay? Like a big invention?
I would create like a magical time machine so that I could go back in time and like bring back the oysters that were here when John Smith was here, and then I would plant them all in the bay, and then they would clean the bay up. What would you invent? You're more the mad scientist than me.
I would invent tiny microscopic bacteria and dirt-eating nanorobots.
Like Mystery Science Theater.
Exactly like Mystery Science Theater.
And they would like swim around and find all the pollution and like zap it.
Yes.
I love it. That's great, guys. You're done.
Pan to the band. Move the whole thing. Real slow.